Hey, happy Saturday. I got to record this while it's on my mind. I was thinking about, I hear that Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a remaster for the PS5, which honestly, I'm going to buy because I love Horizon Zero Dawn. But I want to come up with some points here. And then they said that Days Gone is going to be remastered, but yet they didn't want to make a new Days Gone 2. And I talked to people in the comments, and they all said that they thought Days Gone. My buddy Chuck said that he enjoyed Days Gone, and I thought that game looked pretty good. I think I had that game and I gave it away. Um, but the thing I want to make a point about is why it's freshly on my mind is that Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a remaster, and then you got Days Gone that's getting a remaster, which to me I think is pretty cool. Now, for me, now I said for me, when I hear all this stuff, where's the new games, right? Well, if I ain't mistaken, a smaller group of people is going to focus on Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, if you are gifted at what you're doing, and they got probably a group of people that's been working on this game, and it's going to, you know, uh, they're going to launch a remaster. Now, my biggest problem with that is, and it's not a problem, is I got to see the jump in it because when I bought the Horizon Zero Dawn for the PS4, when you put it in your PS5, it says PS5, you want to upgrade to the PS5, and you could just hit up PS5. So I'm just wondering if this is going to be more of a jump up in the graphics and the smoothness or whatever, in Horizon Zero Dawn, because that is a game that I'm really interested in as far as remaster. Uh, I always say I love older games, but that is a game that I really enjoy. As far as Days Gone, I really wanted to enjoy that game. I can sit there and tell you I don't know if I really did not like that game, and I think I just could not get. It was I don't know if it was just too much tinkering with that motorcycle, or I couldn't get the motorcycle rides down, or when I fought those hordes of zombies, I felt like I couldn't pick them off like I wanted to. I wanted to pick them off like I did because each game is different. But let's talk about the thing. Let's just say hypothetically that people is most of the developers are gone because they got upset that they didn't get a chance to make Horizon Zero Dawn, right? I mean, Days Gone too. So most of those developers, they are doing something else. Some of them just left, I believe. What if, and I'm just saying, what if Sony looks at this and says, wow, man, that Days Gone just flew off the shelves, man. That remaster just flew off the shelves because usually in a remaster, the gameplay is much more smoother. It's much more just whatever it has to be a vast improvement. It's like, for instance, when I got Last of Us 2, no, I got Last of Us remastered for the PS5. I bought it on sale because I didn't buy it right off the bat, and I just kept getting on my PS5 when I kept playing around with it. And then as months went by, it was on sale for like, I don't know, $45 or something like that. Something like that. So I bought it, and I did look, it was a vast, vast improvement on the visuals and all that kind of stuff. So uh, the only thing I have to say about when you upgrade and you try to do that, your goal is actually to sell more copies, right? So, I'm quite sure that they have a small team working on both those games. But what I'm saying is that if uh, Days Gone 2 sells real well, because a lot of folks out there was kind of upset that they didn't greenlight a Days Gone 2. So if it sells real good, maybe Sony later on will make a Days Gone 2. You see what I mean? Now, I don't know if they will or not, but Sony does own that IP, I believe. I don't know all the specifics about, gaming because, I'm late to the game, especially at my age. I started getting into gaming. I always liked gaming, I told y'all that. But when I was playing Atari and in television, those are real old games. And I had no kids, and I was going to a lot of concerts, and I was working out a lot, and I was playing a lot of basketball, and I was out at the park just hanging out with a bunch of friends and stuff, because that's what we did back in then, because the internet wasn't, it was around, but it was just like in its baby stage. And so when you had this game which played tennis, and I remember I had an apartment. I always had a big stereo. I always had a real big fancy stereo all my life. I had a friend I haven't seen in a while. Actually, he's a relative, and he came and visited me. He said, "Oh, Vic," he was a basketball player, but just a talented dude. He walked in and said, "Oh, Vic, what's up, man?" I said, "Not much." He come in the house. He goes, "Dang, look at that stereo, man." He said, "Man, you always did like them stereos, man. You always had a stereo." So I always had a stereo. So back in the day when I played games, you gotta understand, I was born in '59, so when I was partying, smoking weed, and going to a lot of concerts, because I went to a lot of rock and roll concerts, I went to a lot of R&B concerts. I was always at parties. I didn't do anything stupid like try to hurt myself like some people do today. Sometimes accidents happen when you party. I got lucky, and I always had these big speakers, and the later I always tried to get the best stereo. And then we had this Nerf basketball. That's back. Uh, we had a Nerf basketball. That's when Nerf basketballs was big. They don't even talk about Nerf basketballs. You used to put this Nerf basketball on and we used to smoke weed and listen to music. And I played that game just by myself. You have to understand, we didn't have what we have today. So you had to be more useful in how you used your time. And I got good at that Nerf basketball thing. And when we used to have a bunch of parties, because everybody used to come over and we used to party and listen to loud music and smoke weed and stuff. And we played that Nerf basketball. I still remember that to this day. So that's why I'm sharing that story with you, because the games that I played back then was called Atari, and then television. And then you end up having later on, as I got older, before I had my first child, I remember that Zelda came out, and I can't think of that console it came out on. But I do remember my boys' mom bought my boys Nintendo, and me and my daughter's mom played Nintendo, which was that Mario Brothers, that famous one where he would hit the mushroom, and me and her used to actually sit on the bed and we play each other. Me and my daughter's mom. I remember me and her used to play that game together. And then now me and my boys' mom never played games because she never played those games. But my little boys would take turns, and they had these games. So I remember that. And then as you get more, and I remember before I got with those girls, both moms. I remember my best friend, we used to go to his house on Sunday, and we used to smoke weed, and we play Pac-Man. And we see how far we can go. Waka, 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 waka. And we go very far, and be like, "Oh, man." And we be like 5 of us in there, 6 of us in there playing Pac-Man. So now you fast forward, then when my kids needed a game system, they started playing it, and I'm working all these jobs because we didn't have nothing. I'd walk in and watch them play, and I'd actually sit down and go, "What are you playing?" And they tell me, and I sit down. And then I had to get up and fix them something to eat, or we had to walk to go to the theater. Sometimes we had a car. Most of the time, all our cars were junky, and so that was our thing to do, And so after they leave, sometimes I would play the game, sometimes I wouldn't. But then I always watched them play these games, so I knew at one time. And then I met Chuck, and then Chuck turned me on to. He was a big gamer, and he would just explain to me about games, and I was just like, "Wow, really, man? Wow, wow, man, really, man, wow." And then he showed me some games, and I go, "Wow." And then I met a guy named Todd, and then he showed me some games, and then as my kids got older, they was playing games, and I was like, "Huh." So when I got the game systems, they said, "Hey, Dad, you got that game? Can we take it home to Mom?" I was like, "No. I bought that for y'all when y'all come here. Y'all ain't taking that up there where your mom's at, because you might break it or get lost, So I always kept the systems here. So you fast forward, and I don't know all the ins and outs about gaming, so that's why I shared all that with you. Back to the remaster. Sometimes I'm wondering, just stay with me. What if, people always talk about, well, they ain't got no new games. Somebody like me again, I have games I have not yet played. I got L.A. Noir over there. I've heard good things. I bought it brand new. I can't wait to dive in it. I want to finish Resistance, and then I want to finish another game, and I need to get that Tomb Raider out of my soul because I don't know why. But you ever heard of things being geared towards you? Well, Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider, the all three Tomb Raiders. I can play those games over and over and over. I just love the mechanics. I love the way that there's so many games out there. I just feel like, man, you guys made this so look like I gotta go to college just to figure out the menu. What the? Come on, man. Where I play, Uncharted was the one that really started me off. Uncharted, Tomb Raider, and all that, and then there's Gears of War, the first Gears of War. A lot of y'all keep telling me Gears of War 2 is good, but I just don't think anybody can top that first Gears. I think that first Gears is spot on. To sum this up, I think that sometimes, maybe Sony is trying to filter in stuff to keep us engaged, especially those people out there that's like, where's the new games? I got this system, where's the new games? For me, it don't bother me. It's like my PS5. It don't bother me that the PS5 Pro is coming out. I love this piece of hardware. To be honest with you, I love my Xbox Series X. I remember when all the ruckus came out about, Xbox is they're giving up and they're just throwing in the towel. I don't know if they are or not. How you know they're throwing in the towel? Maybe they're building something bigger. I remember I was at work. I was like, I'm just going to look at it as a little mini PC. I can play whatever I want on there. Because I actually got the Xbox. Yeah, I got the Xbox because I was hoping Microsoft would put out some bangers and some exclusives, but they didn't. I ain't losing no sleep over it. But I remember I was like, man, what's that game's coming out? And I tell somebody, I said, yeah, man, I got that game downloaded on my PS4, back then on my, because PS5 was out. I said, yeah, man, I'm going to get that for my Xbox One X, man. I said, it gives me a game because it was, third-party games you could play on PlayStation or Xbox. So it's like when I got control. I got control for the Xbox. It looks great. So I honestly think that, to sum this up, I think that sometimes they are putting filters in, because I think the last time when you played Horizon Zero Dawn I don't know how long, hold on for a second. How long did it take to develop Horizon Zero Dawn? Seven years. 7 years it took to make Horizon Zero Dawn, you guys. 7 years. And yet, you got people constantly complaining about new games. That's 7 years. 7 years, that's just that. I'm not even going to ask, how long it, I don't even know. What else I could ask? How long did it take to develop Last of Us?
3 years. According to Wikipedia, the 3-year development, led by Studio Naughty Dog, was kept secret for the majority of development.
See, kept secret. It kept secret. Because I thought this game was right around when Uncharted was doing so good, and then they came out with that Last of Us. I couldn't get into Last of Us. I was like, what is this game? And when I played it, I fell in love with that game. So, yeah. But anyway, it's kind of a long video. Sometimes I think they have to put in all these fillers in order to cushion. Everybody's like, I want more games. I want to put away all the new games. And I know I'm going overboard with my expression, but for me, it don't bother me. It don't bother me about the $700 price point for that new PS5 Pro. I just don't see. I have a PS5 and it's constantly getting updated. They're constantly downloading new software on it. Same way with the Xbox Series X. I sit there and like, oh, this is pretty cool, even though I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just, wow, I was just like, oh, is that the one there? All I do is get on YouTube and find out what that is. Or I just get somebody that's a gamer and I'm like, oh, that's what that is for. Huh. All right. I even did stuff as pause and did it step by step. And as time progressed, I get better at my skills. It's like, oh, that's what that's for. That's what that feature's for. Oh, man, that's pretty cool. So I'm not disappointed. there's going to be people out there that's just going to buy that system. They're going to end up dropping, I bet you, close to $900 on that PS5 Pro. Scalpers already got the disc drive they're buying up because they know everybody's going to go out and buy that, but everybody's saying they ain't going to buy it. As far as you can build a PC for the price of that $700, I'm not quite sure that's true. Maybe you can. I don't know. But I don't really want to get a desk, and I don't really want to jot out of space to have this PC hanging around with the box down there with all the colors. A guy took me in his house one day. He said, "Hey, you want to see my PC?" I walked in. I was like, "Gee, man, that thing is freaking like, wow." I was like, I don't know what. This thing was just. They had water and stuff going. I mean, they had all these colors. I mean, it was state of the art. So, man, this thing you had to drop some cash. He dropped some cash. Nothing wrong with that. But if I want to dip my toe in the PC, I think the best thing for me to do is get the Steam Deck. Because of the simple fact, Todd is 40-something years old. And Todd always tells me that, "Hey, Vic," he says, "I played this game, man. It's pretty neat, you know." I said, "Oh, yeah, so what's that game?" I'll be in the break room. He'll tell me, I said, "Oh, that sounds pretty interesting." "Yeah, it's on whatever that site called, where they buy all the games off on the, Steam Deck. Forgot the name of that. Where they buy all the games off the PC. But I used to have that because when I had a laptop, they got me to look at some of those games. So I do have that icon on my little laptop. I can look into that, but I can't think of the name of that company that's got all those games for PC. To sum this up, because I'm going on almost 20 minutes. I didn't want to be this long. I'm saying it don't bother me, but I know it bothers some of y'all because I'm excited about playing that LA Noire or whatever that game is called. I'm excited about playing a lot of old games that I bought that I don't have to worry about. I got a fast layer, but I even got Stray I ain't even played. I got, there's so many games. I ain't even finished Kingdom Bridge of Spirits. I play it and then I put it down. I'll play, that game with that skimpy chick. I can't think of the name because the name has went blank. But y'all know what I'm talking about, that sexy chick everybody got upset about because they want all the chicks to look like dudes. Damn shame. But anyway, don't get me started on that. But what if they just making these games to kind of cushion the wait so they can wait? It's going to be funny, man, if they put out that PS5 Pro and they come out with a banger game because everybody's complaining. I get it, but with my life being the way it is, I got a sister that is sick. She is bad. She's sick. I'm telling y'all right off the bat. I got more. I had one sister that had open heart surgery. I still pray and worry about her. I got one sister I'm talking about it's bad. It's bad. I'm talking about the bad. I'm talking about bad. And I have to try to go see her. And I have another sister that's, I love and love dearly. I already lost one sister, so to be upset over some of this petty stuff is not my bag. You know what I mean? I got kids out there that's grown. You're always concerned about your kids. You're concerned about friends. You're concerned about your friends as kids. So I know I threw that in there, but I just say that Sony is gonna make Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, and I'm buying it because I love that game. I ain't got to worry about Horizon Zero Dawn 2 because I told y'all I was really upset about that DLC when they put the kissing scene in there because I just feel as though you know what? I will tell you this, and I know y'all probably logged off this video by now, but you know what? That's cool. You had the movie industry, and then you had the gaming industry. The gaming industry should have stayed way over here. They were doing perfectly fine, but no. They had to try to coerce into the Hollywood. And Hollywood got their dirty, stingy, nasty, funky-ass paws into our gaming. And now they're inserting all that messaging and all that men kissing men and making love to each other, sucking on each other's hairy balls and chicks lockjawing and acting like they got... I don't understand. I know it's out there. I got friends that like it. I like them. I ain't into that. That's your thing. I'm not gonna sit here like I can't stand. That's not what I'm saying. The movie industry should have been over here, and the gaming industry should have been over there. The gaming industry was freaking rocking. They had no reason to try to go over here and get these dirty ass Hollywood people who is just as screwed up as regular people out here on the street. I mean, some of the stuff these people are doing that's got so much money. I'm like, damn, why don't y'all give us some of that money so we can help family members out or something, you know? It just blows my mind. Some of the stuff I hear about some of these Hollywood people, and a lot of people look up to these people. Some of these athletes, some of these movie stars, you find out some of the stuff they're doing, and then got the gaming industry is doing perfectly fine, just kicking ass. And then they want to like, oh, I want to insert a lot of Hollywood stuff, man. I think that'd be pretty cool. No, it's not cool at all. Period. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to buy that Horizon Zero Dawn. But what I don't understand is they're remastering it for the PS5. But when I got the PS5, I had the Horizon Zero Dawn, and it said, do you want to go up to the PS5? You know, you had the PS, it had a thing there. Days Gone. People constantly complain about it. They thought that they should have made it Days Gone too. What if this thing really, really does well? What if people really, really get in there and really play that game and really happy with the graphics and the upgrade and all the little tweaks and stuff they're going to do to it? That's basically what remasters are. They tweak it better and make it run better. The camp mechanics and the running and the shooting. What if Sony sit there and go, you know what? Let's remaster that. And then, if we think there's new life in Days Gone, maybe we can go back and kiss some ass and get some of those people to come back, and we go like, hey, we made a mistake. We like for you to come back, and you know, we'll give you this money to you know, make a Days Gone 2. We see now that there is life in that game. See what I mean? In the meantime, you have Days Gone. You got Days Gone 2 coming out. You got Horizon Zero Dawn remaster coming out. You got Days Gone 2 remastered coming out. And then you have games that they got in the pipe that they ain't really let you know that they got coming out, because everybody's complaining about there's no games for these new systems, which there isn't. I get it. But they're giving you cushions. Just like this Astrobot. It's a cushion. As far as I'm concerned, Astrobot should get Game of the Year. But what I'm saying is that you have all these filters that you could play, and then one day maybe Sony will come out, boom, I got this game. Bam, I got this game. Microsoft like, boom, I got this game. You know, and then Until Dawn. I know I'm sounding crazy. I got Until Dawn sitting on that shelf. Guess what? I love that game. I know a lot of y'all said in the comments, maybe a couple, said that you don't like those type of games. I do. I enjoy those type of games. So I am going to buy Until Dawn Remastered. So I'm getting Until Dawn Remastered. I'm getting Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. And I'm also might get that Days Gone and give it another try. So anyway, you guys, God bless. Take care. I just wanted to share that with you, because usually when I get in front of this camera, I forget. I get brain freezes. But guess what? I didn't get no brain freeze. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, God bless and have a great day. And check out my little, man, isn't that pretty neat, man? My little Halloween thing. Check all that stuff out over there. Got my little pumpkin. And then up here, I got the Nightmare Before Christmas guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted one. I was in Walmart the other day, and boom, there he is sitting behind me, man. Love that little character. So anyway, you guys, you have a very good Saturday, the rest of your Saturday. God bless. Take care. We'll catch you next video. We'll see you.